Dreamscape presents Strawberried Alive by Jenn McKinlay, narrated by Susan Boyce. 1.
I'm not paying for these,
Emerson Henry snapped.
They're not what I asked for. In fact, they're hideous.
Melanie Delora's eyebrows rose up to her hairline. She glanced at the bride-to-be, who stood across the counter from her with her harried mother, Julia Henry, by her side, and debated tossing them out of Fairy Tale Cupcakes. Not to be full of herself, but Mel was positive she had never baked a hideous cupcake in her life.
"Now, Princess, I don't think,"
Julia began, but Emerson interrupted her.
"Exactly. You don't think,"
Emerson said, with an impatient toss of her long honey-blonde hair. Her wide mouth twisted up into a puckered knot.
"I told you to check on the color of the cupcakes, but you said, oh, they'll be fine. And now, look at the mess we're in the day before my wedding. You knew I wanted the cupcakes to match the new bridesmaids' dresses, and these don't. They are aqua, and the dresses are teal. Now my wedding is ruined."
Emerson stalked out of the bakery, sobbing hysterically and texting frantically as she went. Julia scrunched up her hands into tight fists. Mel hurried around the counter to position herself between the aggravated mother of the bride and the box of cupcakes on the off chance that Julia felt the need to vent her temper by slamming her fists into the pastries. 24 hours, Julia muttered. She closed her eyes and breathed deeply in through her nose, letting the air out on a soft exhale. Then she gave Mel a small, closed-lipped smile. "In 24 hours, she will no longer be my problem."
"There's a silver lining,"
Mel said. "What can I do to help?" Mel thought about pointing out that if you called your adult daughter Princess, maybe you were part of the problem. But she resisted, guessing that now was not the time, and it really wasn't her business. She turned to stand beside Julia as they stared down at the cupcakes. They were vanilla cake filled with raspberry mousse and topped with white chocolate buttercream frosting, covered with a layer of fondant. The fondant had been matched to the hue of the bridesmaids' dresses, with the couple's entwined initials crafted from white chocolate centered on top. Mel plucked a swatch of fabric from where it was taped to the side of the box.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?